Hello guys, I'm interested and today I'm back here with the extension of the previous video based on learning Microsoft Excel. So here today I'm gonna add some little basics before we go direct to the formulas, or rather all the formulas which are used in Microsoft Excel. And this video comes as a request of one of my friend who requested me to prepare for you guys the video with all spreadsheets, or rather Microsoft Excel formulas. So here today we're going to see some basics before we go to the formulas. So I beg you guys, you go with me step by step and we shall see, or rather we shall cover each and everything. So what is a spreadsheet? Okay, so here we see that these spreadsheets, or rather Microsoft Excel, is used in various areas based on the needs of the people, but the main use of Excel is to analyze and organize data. See, spreadsheets are made up of rows and columns. So guys, these are the columns and these are the rows. Okay, now columns and rows intersect to form a cell. So whenever the rows and column intersects, they form a cell, just like this one here. This box which is highlighted with green color is a cell. This one here is a cell. This one here is a cell. Now what is Microsoft Excel? Actually, it is a powerful electronic spreadsheet program developed by Microsoft and is currently the most widely used spreadsheet program in the world. Now I have no problem with you guys on how to start Microsoft Excel, but in case you find any problem, simply go to Start Program, then you go to All Programs. After that, you click Microsoft Office and you open Microsoft Office Excel. Or simply in other computers, you can simply click the icon in the desktop screen. Now, let's see some few things or other features on Microsoft Excel. So here, as I've said before, whenever the rows and columns intersect, they form a cell. So what is active cell? Active cell is a cell with the border, or other borders. This cell here, you see there is a green border. Okay, and data is always entered in the active cell. So if in case I try to type my name here, Andrew, okay, you see it is fed inside this cell and it is active cell. Okay, now we have column letters. Column letters, these are nothing but simply the names which identifies the column. As I've said earlier, columns runs from top to down. Okay, now A is a column letter. Okay, so this is column A, column B, column C, column D, column E, column F, and so on and so on. Also, we have formula bar. Formula bar is nothing but this one here. So this is the formula bar. Okay, so this guy is the formula bar. Now, in case I move to this cell, okay, and I type something here in the formula bar, that is maybe done. Okay, you see, I type something in the formula bar and it has copied, or rather typed itself in the active cell. So whenever you type anything in the active cell, or rather in the formula bar, it will appear in that way. Now we have the name box. The name box is located next to the formula bar. Okay, the name box displays the cell reference or the name of the active cell. Okay, the name box next to the formula bar. This is my formula bar, guys, and this is the name box. You see here it indicates D2, and actually if you click, you see the name down there, name box. If you click this one, insert function, if you click here, it simply gives you the name of what is this, and actually this is the formula bar. Okay guys, then as we keep on going, we have row number. What is row number? Actually, rows are the lines running horizontally. Now row number actually are the ones which identifies a row. See, number 1, this is row number 1, row number 2, number 3, number 4, and so forth and so forth. Now, Sheet tab. Switching between Worksheet in Microsoft Excel file is done by clicking on the Sheet tab at the bottom of the screen. So this is sheet number 1. If at all I manage to type and write everything in this sheet and it becomes full, I can simply switch to sheet number 2. So here when I click, it gives me the new sheet. Okay, sorry guys, here seems there'll be some problems. Okay, see, this is the new sheet, another sheet. The same applies whenever I want to delete it. Simply come to delete. This one, simply come to delete. Now, working sheet is the sheet which actually you type your data. So this whole place here is the working sheet. Now, let's see a bit deeper on rows and columns. Okay, as we have said earlier, columns is the group of cells that runs from the top to the bottom. So all these cells is called columns. And now, columns runs vertically, as I've said earlier, and now each column is identified by the letter in the column header. So this is column A. Letter A is used to identify this column, column B, and so forth and so forth. Now, as a matter of fact, let me give you a simple hint, or rather a fact. Here in Microsoft Excel, actually in that Excel of 2003, which is older version right now, it was having more than 256 columns. So these columns, just imagine guys, how many were they? 256 columns. And now the current Excel, though there are some more developments, but the Excel which is currently based on that of 2007, it was having 16,000 columns. Guys, you can imagine 16,000 columns. There are so many. You can type a lot of data there. Now, a row, as we have said earlier, is a group of cells that runs horizontally. Columns vertically, rows horizontally. Okay? Now, as a matter of fact also, in Excel 2003, there were 65,536 rows. 65,000. Let me type it here, guys. 65,000. You can imagine, guys. 5,536. That is in Excel 2003, that version. Now, in 2007, there are more than 1 million rows. But the intersection of row and column is what forms a cell. Now, guys, let's come direct to the spreadsheet formulas. In the previous video, I showed some few formulas. Now this video, I'm going to conclude with the rest of the formulas, which are more basic, and actually you will find them in most of the cases. Now, here you see these are combinations of cell reference and mathematical operations. See, so the formulas actually is a combination, cell reference and mathematical operations. Now here, but the main mathematical operations here we are speaking about is what I'm typing right here. Actually, it is plus, that's the mathematical operation, comma, also minus is a mathematical operation, multiply or multiplication is a mathematical operation, and division. So these are some of the mathematical operations. Now guys, to go about with these operations, actually there are series of the so-called functions. Now, how do you insert a formula, for instance? It might be plus, minus, division, or rather multiplication. Simply, you begin with equal sign. After that, you come to the column name. Remember guys, before I told you the column name is the letter on top of that column. So simply here, it might be, let's take a good example, maybe B. Okay? Sorry, let me use capital case. B. B what? Rows, as I've said earlier, are identified by the numbers on the left corner, these numbers. So this is B 2. Okay, so this is B2. So maybe let me start with addition. So if I need to add, I will come to plus. Okay, then maybe I want to add with C2. So simply we'll type C, then that is the name of column, 2, the name of row. But here guys, there are different colors simply because of the separation between the two. Okay, now after that you press enter. You see guys, the answer is 0 simply because there is no data in here. Okay, for instance, if I take here maybe 3 and here I put 2, and then when I come to this formula bar and place, the formula will give me the answer 5. So guys, as I've said before, this Excel, there is no way to lie. If you lie, for instance, and you type here the answer is 5 maybe, okay, and you click this way, fine, 5 will appear here. But whenever I come and inspect, simply I will see there is no formula in the formula bar. Remember, as I've said earlier, the formula bar displays the formula, or rather the content of the cell. So here we just need to check the formula. So the invigilator, whenever I come and click this way, simply will find this 5. Now guys, for instance, if I needed to multiply, okay, multiply that way and press enter, it will give me the answer 6. See, simple, like that guys. Now maybe I want to divide. Okay, division, enter. The answer is 0.66667. Okay, maybe I want to subtract, minus, and then enter. The answer is -1, or rather -1. So guys, that's how these main formulas are. As we go about, we shall see the rest of the formulas. Anyway, let's keep going guys. But there is a main thing which you need to put into consideration. Always use cell reference instead of values in your formula. So here in my formula bar, always use cell reference. Why? Simply because this is the formula bar. Okay, which is why when the value change, the formula gets updated. Okay, here this is my formula guys, this is my formula. So whenever I use the formula, this will allow me, if in case I change this value to 5 and come here and click enter like that, the value will change. See, it is -3 guys. Maybe I need to change this to 10 maybe, and come right here and press enter. The value will change. That will be 5. Why? Because this is minus. The formula remains the same, but as you update the values, the answer will change, which is why I always, or rather the Excel, or rather the experts, always insist on using the formula instead of value. Because if you use the value here and you come to change later on, the answer will actually be wrong. Now let's see the other feature. It is the same guys, but I need to show you the other feature. Okay, so you just need to be careful, and let's keep on going. Okay, now let's see if at all you need to center head, or rather heading, over several cells. See, for instance, this cell here up to this cell here, maybe I want to center the head. There are so many, and I want to use a certain constant value over the rest of the cell. How shall I do it? How will I do it? This is what we're going to see. Okay guys, so let me delete these data here because I no longer need them. Okay guys, I hope that as you keep on watching these videos, you actually get something which is more valuable and something which you add. And don't worry guys, you might be aware with Microsoft Excel, but with this video you will add more value. Anyway, so the first thing in case you need to center heading over several cells, is to highlight the cells which you want the heading to span. Okay, how long do you need your heading to span? How many cells? 10, 20, 100, 10,000. You see, first thing is to highlight the number of cells. Now click on the merge and center button on the formatting toolbar. Okay, so here maybe I highlight these cells. Okay, now this is my formatting toolbar, this one here. Now, oh sorry, here there are some mistakes, I have to highlight them again. Okay, let me right click. Okay, on right click here. Okay, on right clicking here, the toolbar actually I'm speaking about is, it depends actually. This is your toolbar, also this one here is your toolbar, this one here. Okay, now on clicking the toolbar, I'll have to come to merge and center. Actually I can try this one, merge cell, merge across, merge cells. You see there's so many here, so it depends. Okay, a lot of things here you can do. Sorry, this is a bit advanced with some features. Okay, now if at all you try this format cells, you see you will simply come to the more window. Now this one is not needed. Okay, so simply guys, here you can come and try this one, because after all you need to merge and center. Okay, merge and center this one. It is done guys. Okay, that's how you can do if at all you need to put your data. Now in case I write here something, maybe end row, and press enter, you see the cells are merged and my data is at the center. Now guys, someone might need this data to stay in the other alignment, so simply you will come to orientation. You have vertical, a lot of them, and if you click right here, there are so many. You can try on your own. This text you can keep it this way maybe. Okay, then you click OK. Okay, sorry I didn't select this one. Okay, now here on selecting, maybe I can try of my own. Okay, this window is a bit bigger. Okay, and if I try to keep it right here at 45 degrees, you see the effects. You see the name has actually rotated itself in that way. So that's all you can do on centering heading over several cells. Okay, Control Z to undo it, because this is not part of our lesson, but I have decided to add it guys, that you may add some more values. Okay, here now we have relative and absolute cell reference. Actually Excel works on the principle of reference. It actually refers the previous cell. Now let me try to feed some data here. Okay, maybe this be here. Let me try to feed this data, and here maybe I can write. Okay, let me highlight these ones here and merge them like that, and type here something, maybe end row. Remember guys, this is merging and center. End rows, maybe this data. Okay, then here I might have the serial number, that is number 1, and on dragging I can choose whether to proceed, maybe 1 to 10. Okay, here I can choose whether I need them to, this autofill. How do I need the numbers to appear? 1 to 10, 1 to, it depends. Now let me here try to put fill series. See, it has filled itself 1 to 11. Okay, now here these are end datas, and now let me try maybe to put here 85, 25, 23, and maybe these are enough, guys. Just the 3 datas. And now here maybe let me put 68, 78, and 98. Now here let me try to put 20, 20, 21, okay, 56, 45, 89, 76, sorry, 56, 72, 13. Guys, these are just arbitrary datas. Okay, I'm just putting them out of my head. You see, from my head, okay, sorry. 57, 84, 96, 65, 32, 14, 12, okay, 56, 34, 7, 8, 9, like that. Okay, 200, 50, 520, 4147, 258, 369, 301, 230, 159, 987, like that, guys. Okay, now these are just arbitrary data, guys, so it is not necessary that they should be the same because I'm just taking them from my head. Let me sorry, this autofill, I just needed to border these numbers here. Now this autofill has come with, okay, let me try to edit something here. Sorry, here I'll have to check that fill option. Okay, maybe let me try this way here, and the menu is here, autofill, then fill series, like that. Just needed to border this data, guys. Okay, now here let's see the rest of the formulas. Actually, we have 3 forms or other types of cell reference in a formula. Okay, when you speak of cell reference, we have 3 types of reference. The first type of reference is relative reference. Whenever I type here A1, maybe now here for my case, whenever I type C3, okay, and press enter. Sorry, this I had to type it in formula bar. Okay, whenever I type here C3 and press enter. Okay, now here seems there might be some problem here because on referring the cell, let me try to type maybe equal sign C3, enter. Yep, this is, guys, all formulas begins with equal sign. Whenever you want to do anything in Excel on the basis of the formula, you need to start with equal sign. You see here, guys, when I tried to type C3, it keeps on writing C3 because that is what it needs to type. It had no reference, but on using equal sign, it refers to the content in cell number C3. Okay, which is why here 85 is typed. So that was, by the way, there's no problem. Okay, now what are the absolute cell reference? Absolute cell reference begins with $sign like that, then C like that, then $sign, then 1. Then let me start with equal sign, and then enter. See, it is 0. Why? Simply because here in cell C1 the R value is 0. Now let me try to type here maybe C3 and enter. The value is 85. Enter. Okay, and now whenever I copy this formula, or rather whenever I change this to 4, maybe 3, that was 3, and type enter, the value is 85. Now on clicking this 85 and try to highlight the cells, 85 will appear, guys, simply because there is a reference. What is that reference? C3. That is, guys. Okay, Control Z to undo. Also, we have mixed type of cell reference. That is, now how do we write this mixed type? Okay, that equal sign is common. Then maybe we try to type C, then $sign. Okay, then 3. Okay, and then on pressing enter, okay, this is not mixed because I only used one cell. Okay, C3, and then I will type another $sign like that, and then D3 maybe, then enter. You see, guys, this is what I just needed you to see. There is a problem with the formula. What do you need to do? Not trying to type the formula. When the first character is an equal or minus sign, Excel thinks it's a formula. You type equal sign 1 plus 1, cell shows 2. To get around this type, apostrophe this one first, you type this one, cell show this one. Okay, this was the help, and I did it purposively so that you may see, guys. Okay, actually this Excel tends to send the help whenever there is something wrong. So here, if at all I needed the cell to show this one, I was supposed to start with the apostrophe this one, and on pressing enter, you see the cell will display the value from the formula bar. Anyway, guys, this was by the way, okay, on seeing the types and how they are written. Now, when the formula is copied, a relative address will change, but the absolute won't change. Okay, whenever you copy the formula, the address, relative address, that was a letter of the cell, or I mean the name of the cell plus, okay, the name of the cell in general way, it will actually change. Okay, guys, let's keep going. Now, as we've said earlier, the absolute address won't change, and we have seen the example of absolute address, which starts actually with $sign. Okay, $sign like that, the name of a cell, maybe it is C, then $sign, and then the number of that cell, maybe it is 3, like that. Okay, Control Z to undo. Now, the difference between absolute and relative reference is that a relative cell reference is most widely used cell reference in formula. Actually, in Excel, we normally use relative. That is maybe C5 or rather and press enter, maybe C. There's so many, guys. See, we normally use this one. Actually, we normally use this one. Control Z to undo. Okay, backspace maybe here, this one here also undo. Okay, delete this one. Actually, we normally use relative, okay, which change over the course of time if at all you copy the formula. These are basic cell reference that adjust and change automatically to reflect new position when copied or using autofill function in Excel. For example, if the position of the cell that contains the formula changes, the references change. The reference is E3. It actually changed to E4. Remember this position, this box here, guys. Okay. Now, changing the position, it changed. The position changed. The relative reference actually changes with the position. Now, absolute reference is used when you want a cell reference to be permanent as the formula is copied. Now, you might be copying the formula and you want the cell reference to be permanent. Actually, that's where the absolute reference comes into contact, or rather into part. Okay? Now, when you have some standard calculations that involves a fixed value, specified with $sign before the column and the row. Now if at all you want to have the fixed value, you'll have to start, or rather to specify with $sign. That is $sign, as I've been writing earlier guys, $sign, and then the name of a cell, that is B simply, then $sign, the number. So this will remain constant whenever the formula is copied. For instance, if we try one here, this is my $sign, okay, C3, okay, sorry, here I have to undo this one because it was not supposed to be here. Maybe let me type it here. Okay, this is my $sign, sorry, this is my $sign C, $sign 3, like that. So this formula, which will use this format guys, the content will remain constant throughout whenever the formula is copied. For instance, if the VAT amount contained in one cell, you may need every formula to refer to that cell, because simply the VAT actually tends to be the same. See? Now, you will put the same tax rate in cells. Let's say you want to put the same rate in cell number C4, C5, C4, and so forth, and so on, so on, so on, so on. Now, you need to multiply the value with the VAT in somewhere else. Okay? Now, these are the values. These are my datas. I need to multiply with the VAT, which might be here, maybe in, let's say, my VAT is 56. Now, I need to multiply. Anyway, VAT might be a disgusting term and confusing term. Let's take the simple term. Maybe I need to multiply all these datas with 56. How do I do it, guys? I will take simply this one plus the formula. Okay? But I'll have to use the $signs to specify and to keep this value constant. Okay? So that's how you will do it, guys. Let's see some example, because evidence-based is a bit good. Now, for instance, my value is 13 maybe. Now 13 is here, which is C13. Okay, now when I need to multiply all the values of D3 with 13, simply I will start with the equal sign. Okay, equal sign. Okay, that's my equal sign. Then on starting with the equal sign, I will take the value, that is D4. Okay, D4 times $sign. Okay, what is that? C13. Now I'll have to type C, then $sign, and then 13. Okay, like that, guys. Enter. So whenever I press enter, okay, this is my formula. Now whenever I need to copy this formula here, okay, copy. Now on pasting it right here, sorry guys, here there are some problems, guys. This false, we shall come and see it. Everything here I'm doing it purposively. Okay, okay, this was my formula. Now this formula, let me try to drag these values here, because on selecting the cells means the formula will be copied, so forth and so forth and so forth and so forth. Now, okay, when I try to click this one here, the formula will be D5. See here, guys, here the formula is D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, and so forth up to here. This is D14. Okay, now guys, here what I was telling you is that the value which you need to multiply will be constant, and that is the meaning of the absolute reference. So this reference will remain constant, but these values here which are relative will be changing based on the name of the cell. Like this one here, it was D5, this was D7, this D6, and so forth. They'll be changing, but the absolute value will remain constant. Okay, for instance guys, I need to divide, maybe here, divide. Okay, when pressing enter, it will divide. Okay, but the value will remain the same. That's how you can do with the relative and absolute. Guys, this is another part which in some areas you might not learn. Now for me, it is an added advantage. Okay, that's the best you can do with the relative values. Now guys, let's see the rest of the part of formula, which is spreadsheet functions. Okay, we have seen the formulas here which we are entering manual, plus, minus, division, and so forth and so forth. And on the previous video we saw also how to calculate percentage, and there are so many formulas here guys. Okay, there are so many formulas. There are so many formula guys. Here as you can see, percentage, fraction, scientific, all these are the same, but what really matters is how you use them. Now, I will be very happy if at all you ask me, or rather you comment down there with the name of the formula you need to learn about. Okay, so here, these I will be using the general way. Okay, now let's see the rest of the formulas. Here now, if you click this part here in the formula bar, see, you will simply extend your formula. Okay, now if at all I need to find sum, how do I find sum? Simply Excel will understand that. How do you do that? Simply you will type sum. Sum of what? You open the bracket. Okay, maybe D5. Then you'll be using these colons, and then maybe C5, like that. Enter. This is auto sum guys. Okay, this is auto sum guys. You don't need to use C5 equals sign plus and so forth and so forth. Sometimes you might use auto sum. You see, that's the best you can do guys. Or sometimes you might use the symbol. The symbol for that sum, actually it is in the formula page. It is in the formula page. Now the same guys you can go about in case of average function, minimum function, maximum function. The same thing. What you need to do is to start with equal sign, your function, open the bracket, the name of a cell, colon, another name, colon, or another name, you close. For instance, maybe I just need to find the, what is that, the so-called the minimum function. Okay, I will start with equal sign, like that. Okay, then I will type auto sum. What is that? Average. Average, like that. Then I will open the bracket. Average of what? C3, comma, C4, comma, C5, comma, C6, comma, and let me stop with C7. Then closing the bracket, enter. This is the average between these cells. Okay guys, I hope that we are going together. Maybe I need to find the minimum value. So here, let me edit simply this one to save time. This is minimum. Between these numbers, I need to find the minimum number. Enter, it will simply give me minimum, which is 20. Okay, now when I click this 20, it will give me this way here. Now maybe I want to find the maximum. then enter. The maximum is 98, as you can see here, guys. So this is the system. The system works on the reference on what you have told it before to do. That is the system, guys. Remember, all formulas begins with equal sign, then followed by the function, opening the bracket, the name of a cell, you put your colons there or comma or any sign, then you close the bracket. Now we have the so-called if function. Actually, the if function checks the logical condition of a statement and returns the value if it is true and a different value if it is false. Now let's see the syntax of if function. The syntax is simple, guys. Here you start with equal sign as normal, then if, then here you open the bracket. Now you'll have to put the condition. Which condition? Okay, the condition here, maybe let me try to put greater than. Okay, then comma. Okay, then I'll have to put the value, maybe here let me put the reference of C4, like that, then comma, and then I'll have to put another value, that is C5. Okay, then you close the bracket, enter. Guys, the same problem I told you earlier. There is something wrong here. Now I will be very happy if you tell me what is wrong right here. So drop your comment down there. What is wrong? I need you to practice this, guys. I'm just leaving this one as an assignment to you, and I hope you will do your best. Guys, I'll be very happy to see your comments on what is wrong. So try to find it, guys, and hopefully that will give me an answer that you understand this. Simply remember, the if function tests the logical condition of a statement. Now with that, I hope you will go with me step by step, starting with if, equal sign, if, open the bracket, condition, you put the value if it is true, you put the value if it is false. Okay, then the if function will turn you the answer. Now, if at all, guys, let me finish with the one thing here. If at all you need to put greater than or equal to, simply here in Excel, to execute these values, you'll have to start with this one here, then equal sign. So this, the Excel will translate that this is greater than or equal to. Now if you want to use less, simply this way, you start with equal sign, then that way, less than or equal to. So guys, that's the best you can do with Excel, and I hope that with this tutorial video you have learned the rest of the formulas which might be helpful to you in Microsoft Excel. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'm just waiting your comment on the previous case slide there. So drop your comment down there. Also, don't forget to follow me in my Telegram channel there. I also have the Telegram group which is linked with my channel, where we can chat and share different ideas. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and tell your friends what you have learned today. Actually, I need to help everyone who is in need of understanding Microsoft Excel. Thank you guys for watching, and have a nice time.